Oh, hey! Welcome to the PHNX Suns podcast. It's a flavoring. What are you guys doing here? It's a flavoring Friday. Shout out to our friends over at OG's, the official sponsor of Flavoring Friday. I'm Espo.
And the official sponsor of Friday with the Fellas.
That is true. We're gonna have a whole week
Friday
with the
fellas.
Lindsay's off the grid, so it's just us.
Lord help us and Lord help you.
We're about to get in some trouble, especially this Friday. We got Saul, Flex, Gerald, myself. Gentlemen, game one, NBA Finals last night. Mm-hmm. Did you watch?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well,
hell yeah, we watched.
Initial thoughts on what we saw in game one, which really was a Celtics beatdown of the Mavs.
I mean, Kristaps is a big deal.
Yeah.
He's a big factor. Like I thought his energy and some of his buckets, man, were just like, what are you gonna do now? Like you got four guys that literally can get their own shot at any time. And that's just a lot for the Mavericks to have to deal with, man. Not a lot of teams in the NBA can do that.
Yeah. They're the best team in basketball for a reason. Mm-hmm. And if you really want to know how I feel, check Saul's phone. Me and Saul got a nice little back and forth during the NBA Finals yesterday. Don't go showing them, man.
How heated did we get here? How heated did we get?
Very heated. Yeah. Very heated.
It got a little
heated.
So it got so heated I had to pick up the phone and call him because I was tired of texting.
Yeah, we were texting and then he called and then I went into my office and then there was a lot of screaming and then my wife is like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, just me and Saul chopping up some balls.
Y'all think it's just on the show. No, this is like all the time.
Yeah. And it got heated. It was fun. No, listen, I thought Boston did what I thought they would do. I thought they tried to make it hell offensively and defensively for Luka and Kyrie. They kept one man on the ball. You can see Luka only had 2 free throws made and 1 assist. And I think Boston did what I thought they would do in a sense of like, hey, man, we know Luka and Kyrie are dynamite there, prime time. We're going to sit here. We're going to sit home. We're going to make it hell. And you're going to have to beat me with all these supplemental parts. And game one, they just dominated, man. Boston's a different monster, man. They are fucking really good.
Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway is like, as much as we say that the Suns aren't that far away from contention, watching these two teams play, and particularly Boston, they've got a lot of shoring up to do with their roster to get to anywhere near that level. Just because of the three-point shooting that the Celtics have, the wing depth that they have, the way that they have guys that, like you said, can sit down and guard one-on-one. They don't need to send a bunch of double teams Luka's way. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. He's been able to pick teams apart because they have to send doubles. Yeah. And he's a master of passing out of double teams. So if you can stay true in your defense and not be in rotation, you're going to cut down their three-point attempts. You're going to cut down the ball movement. Yeah. And that's what we saw. They only had 9 assists, which was the lowest in a finals game since, I think, 2007. Yeah. Which is crazy. So they're just a different breed in terms of their offensive and defensive attack. They're kind of the blueprint for what you want your roster to look like. And it's going to be tough for the Suns to make the moves over the summer to get there.
We'll get into your article. Don't worry.
It could be the blueprint, but it's hard to find 7-footers that can extend the range like KP. Yes. It's hard to find guys with the length that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both have at the same time on the same team. Like, also, like, let's not overreact too much because the Mavs have shown that this could happen to them. They've in their last 3 playoff series. The first 2 series, they got blown out by 25-plus points, and then they came back and won those series. So not over yet. They'll make adjustments, and they'll figure it out. Listen, speaking from experience as Suns fans, when we thought we were going to dog walk them after the first 2 games and they made adjustments, I'm not taking anything for granted.
Shout out to Brian, Laking Ball, Amelia, Champs 04, what now? Let us know what you thought of game one. Eli as well, what you thought of game one. Laking Ball makes a good point, though, Saul. You said you can't just find guys that are 7 foot that can do what Kristaps Porzingis could do. anybody could have had him last offseason because he was traded from the Wizards.
That was if you wanted to listen to Flex's and I conversation.
So the interesting thing is that the Suns, you said it, the Suns have some shoring up to do. What I saw yesterday was the whole league got a shit ton of stuff to do. It's not just the Suns. When you look at Boston, you're like, man, is there really a team that's even on that level or even close? So everyone has some shoring up to do. The Suns are far away, but there's a lot of teams that are very far away. That team is dynamic, and I've been hearing about Luka and Kyrie being the best backcourt ever. That's the recency bias. That's what they're in the finals, so you're gonna talk about it. But damn, I tell you what might be Drew Holiday and Derek White are fucking incredible. And if you want to talk about best backcourts, let's talk about them being one of the best defensive backcourts I've ever seen.
They can put on. They held the Mavs to 89 points last night. It was a hell of a performance overall by Boston. Although I give Dallas credit, that third quarter, they fought their way back and just kind of, as we've seen with the Suns at times, you dig yourself a big enough hole, you kind of run out of gas at some point, and that kind of happened. And Luka, I mean, you got to give him credit. He did have a pretty good game, 30 points, 10 rebounds, and looked good, but he didn't get the help that we had seen the Mavs give him in other playoffs.
You know how Dallas wins game 2?
How?
This guy right here.
Saul Bookman starting a point instead of Kyrie.
Saul, tell him why.
Kyrie wasn't that bad.
No. This is how they. No. This real talk. Dallas Mavericks fans, if y'all in the chat and y'all listening, get this guy on your squad, because I'm gonna tell you, Boston is up like 135, and he calls me. No bullshit.
It's true.
And we're arguing and
they
we're
were down
screaming.
29.
They're down 29.
And he was talking about the stuff that we were talking about, and I was like, keep talking, man, because they just cut the lead to 8. He's like, man, I'm getting off the phone.
I swear to God. I'm like, bro, you lying. He's like, no, it's fucking 8. Luka just hit a 3. I'm like, fuck that. I'm off the phone, bro. You're go play for the Mavericks, dog.
You know what's insane though? Boston did it with Tatum only scoring 16 points. Right? Which to me means they may have another level. And this was with Kristaps just coming back from that injury as well. It's like, could they turn it up even further over the next couple of games? And that's extremely scary as well.
I don't know, because I see I understand what you're saying, and I think there will be more high scoring performances from Tatum, better shooting nights from Tatum in this series. But Tatum was like, he has the talent around him to not have to. I think a lot of us watch Tatum and we kind of degrade him a little bit compared to other superstars, because the superstars that we're used to watching have to do everything. They have to carry a heavier load. Point. He has so much talent around him that he doesn't have to do that, but he was like driving and kicking. He was playing great defense and hitting the boards hard. Like, he was doing the little things that they needed. So that's what's scary about Boston, is even if they get like an average series out of Tatum, as long as the wheels are still turning in their offense, as long as they're still defending the way that they do and taking 42 threes or whatever it was, they're going to be tough to beat either way.
We talk about Devin Booker and how much flack he gets seemingly out of nowhere. Jason Tatum catches just as much flack, if not more, just because he's on the East Coast and there's more eyeballs. And man, I feel like every time I turn on the TV, somebody's got something negative to say about Jason Tatum. He only had 16. He only did this. Only this. I'm like, they only lost twice this entire playoffs. What are we talking about?
But it's the easiest. We heard this in 2021. Such an easy path to get there, and blah. You play who you play.
That's right.
We talked about it. And it ain't their fault that guys got injured and they still dominated. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care what your path is. If you get there and you win, you win. And that's just the bottom line. But Gerald, as always, you're a sicko, and you found a way to turn game 1 of the NBA Finals into the Phoenix Suns and what they have to do. The first one that you talked about, and you just mentioned it, this game once again proves the Suns have to make more threes, or at least take them, because the Celtics shot 42 of them in game 1.
It was an NBA record for both teams, right? For most three-pointers attempted. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. The thing that stands out to me is, like, you look at that total and you're like, man, the Suns probably would have gotten like 17 or 18 threes in that game, especially with the way that they can guard guys one-on-one. and that's just not going to cut it. So you're hoping that Mike Budenholzer is able to come in, like he talked about at his press conference, and emphasize the importance of that shot, how it's going to be part of their offensive philosophy. Because I was looking this up. Since the Suns have been a playoff team again in 2021, out of 16 playoff teams each year, they've ranked dead last, 15th, and 14th in three-point attempts each time. They don't take threes in the playoffs. Bro. Like, they just don't. And you have to change that about your DNA, because look at what, crazy. Like, the two teams in the finals right now were number 1 and number 2 in three-point attempts all season. And it's not a direct correlation there, but you got to get up a lot of threes in this league now, especially if you're looking at a team like Boston, if you want to keep up. Like, you just can't be down 15, 20 attempts anymore. And that's kind of where the Suns regularly found themselves.
To be fair, if Yuta Watanabe doesn't have a shit,
we're right there.
If KBD,
5 more attempts, we're right there.
My boy Chemezi Metu with his beautiful shot would have just took 3-4 more, boy.
You brought up a couple other points too, and it's things that we've talked about, but this finals already is hammering it home. More size and defense on the wing, and the center spot needing to evolve. Do you guys think that this is something that can actually be addressed this offseason? Because I know we've gone through a lot of different machinations of what could trades be, vet minimum guys, and we have more to do, but I don't know that you can fill both of these holes, gaps with what you're able to do this offseason.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can shore up all these. You might be able to minimize them to some degree, but what I do feel is this. I feel like the Suns need to identify what they think is going to be their identity and what they think is going to work best for them and their team as it's constructed. And then you have to enhance that. If they don't do that and you're trying to mimic another team's style, you're going to fail. Because you don't have the parts or the pieces to be able to do what Boston's doing. And unless you're going to trade everybody and start from scratch and just try to draft these guys, right?
Yeah.
So you have to work with what you have. And I think they have talent. That's not disputed. It's just how can that talent work together to get them to Boston's level? And it's going to have to look a little differently. But as long as you have an identity of what you want that to look like, they can get there.
Yeah. I do think, listen, to get to Boston's level, I mean, that's hard, right? But then do a deeper dive. You just nailed it. Kristaps Porzingis was a guy nobody wanted, right? They got him. They got Drew Holiday because they had Malcolm Brogdon, right? Yep. And so some of the way this came, let's be honest, Derek White. Like, Derek White's a good basketball player.
I still can't believe they gave that to Boston for that.
That's what I'm saying. So the way that came together, it doesn't feel impossible. It doesn't feel impossible for me to say, is there a way to flip Nurk's contract for a guy that maybe is not valued right now, but if you put him in his system, thrives? Because that's what those three guys, with the exception of Drew's fantastic, but a guy like Derek White and Kristaps, they weren't world beaters when they got to Boston necessarily, right? I mean,
there were injury concerns. Yeah,
there were injury concerns. They had their issues. So that's why I think there is some hope. And then ultimately, the end of it is we got to shoot more threes, and it starts with the big three. Like, KD, Book, and Beal have to be the guys that set the tone in that game. I know they're the mid-range mafia, but if they're going to try to win, they better start shooting more damn threes. And if they can start to kind of set the tone there, we have pieces. A guy like Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, those guys are going to shoot threes. I think Budenholzer has to really put a stamp on that shit, though, and say we're going to be a three-point shooting team.
Much like the mob, the mid-range was cool in the 80s and 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It ain't much of a thing anymore, right? Like, I get what you're saying, that those guys have been available, but I haven't seen this front office find them, right?
There you go. He's going to fucking...
Yeah, I mean, you go look at...
Back to our fucking conversation yesterday.
I mean, but
I'm exhausted from talking about that last night.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the availability sure is there, but you have to know what you're looking for and figure out how to make it happen. And we haven't seen that. The guys that the Suns have gotten have been guys that want to come here. Chris Paul wanted to be in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy that made that happen. Kevin Durant wanted to be in Phoenix. He made that happen. Bradley Beal, for better or worse, wanted Phoenix. He helped make that happen. I have not seen find that guy that is the diamond in the rough and bring him here. The closest we've seen, Campaign back in that bubble season. And you need that this offseason. You need to find that guy that is completely undervalued and rehabilitate the shit out of that. And you're going to find it on the cheap this year.
I would say Torrey Craig too. In that first year.
Yeah,
the first
year.
And I would say not to that same extent in terms of diamond in the rough type stuff or like value being lower, but I would say that I think the Suns valued Grayson higher than a lot of people did, and they got vindicated in that. But yeah, to your point, like I was watching this series and I was looking at what Kristaps and Al Horford were doing in terms of spreading the floor, holding their own on switches and protecting the rim. Like they had 5 blocks between the two of them, I think. You need more athleticism, you need more shooting, you need guys that can hold their own defensively at that spot. And wings, you just need more bigger defensive wings. Like you can't have Kevin Durant be your go-to designated lockdown guy and, do what he does offensively at age 35 going on 36.
Again, I just think the identity part it's what's, at least with Monty, Monty had a type, right?
Yeah.
And so at least whether you think that's your identity or not, at least he had a type, and that's kind of what he stuck with. So you knew exactly what players were probably going to get more playing time than others and what he was really looking for. Then when we fast forward to Vogel was like, I wanted to use colorful language.
He was a nice guy,
but listen, man, he didn't know what the hell was going on. Like in terms of identity, like he scrappy as hell, downfall. Like that was just what it was. Like this team was not scrappy as hell. They didn't have a defensive identity. They didn't have an offensive identity to a large extent either. And so, when you're lost like that, it's up to the GM to kind of impose his will to form an identity for your team based on the personnel that he brought in. And I don't think James Jones has really done a good job of that either, especially in the last 2 years, in terms of formulating this roster enough to know exactly what you want to be and who you're trying to identify as. And that's the big project for this offseason is what is your identity going to be? Mm-hmm. What is Mike Budenholzer's input into that identity? And what kind of players are you going to find to be able to bring into this program and match that kind of DNA? And if they don't do that, they'll find themselves unsuccessful again next year.
Well, we know what our DNA here at PHNX is, and that is about building community around our Valley sports teams. And we got a great event coming up for our diehards and anybody else that wants to come out. It's the Phoenix Mercury takeover. We got 2 of them, one coming up next week on the 13th, one on August 26th. There's only 6 tickets left is being shouted at me from the background. So if you want to get in, make sure to do it. We're going to have a great pregame meetup. And we
Why do you have to look down? You've been to 18,000 takeovers.
I was looking at the ticket section. We got great lower level. There's an image up. I can't look down and double check the thing.
I'm like, what are you looking
one person
called out behind the scenes.
I got one person shouting numbers at me. I got you outing me for looking at the iPad.
There's food and there's drinks.
And you get ticket?
Yeah.
Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'll be out there. I got to find out if I can get one of the 6 tickets left before they're all sold out. But yeah, we're going to have a good time out there next week as they play the Las Vegas Aces. Plus, we got a trivia night coming up on June 20th out at Chicken and Pickle. Really excited for it. And I want to welcome Chicken and Pickle as one of our newest sponsors here at PHNX. We've had a great time out there with our few events on the west side. And I got to tell you, I love Chicken and Pickle. We played some pickleball out there as a company. And outside of Saul screwing up his knee, I think we had a good time.
How is your knee?
It was good. Okay. I just want to say on the record that despite the fact that I tore my meniscus, I still beat Max Simpson 1 game.
I'm impressed. He beat you with one arm.
I said 1 game.
Hey, hold on. You beat him he beat you with one arm the first time we played pickleball.
No,
you beat him with one knee.
No, he never beat me with one arm.
Oh, okay. All right.
We never played each other.
But you know what? You can at Chicken and Pickle.
Shoot.
All right. Our friends at Chicken and Pickle have all sorts of great things going on. They have indoor and outdoor pickleball courts, some fantastic food
what are you doing?
that I love.
Go ahead,
they've got
get your own show.
They've got great lunch specials. They got a little everything, Max.
Hey, I was so sorry to kind of hijack this here, but I heard Saul was kind of talking some noise about how he beat me at pickleball.
Yeah, with 1 leg. I said 1 game.
Jacob, I told you
said
he'd
1
do
game.
this. I knew he would.
And also,
I knew he
let's
would
just be on the record. Max had to set up his own squad with the tallest and probably second best player in this hole just to beat me.
How is tall good in pickleball?
No, Jacob is fucking phenomenal.
I still, I don't think that's like
no respect there. The man, I knew it. As soon as he went down, he's like, oh, my knee. He's doing the Peter Griffin meme. Oh, my God.
What was I like the next?
Exactly what he did.
What was I like the next day?
You were iced up. You were milking
Was I limping?
Okay,
Show him, Jacob.
For a
Show him,
week.
Jacob.
You think I would milk an injury for a week?
Everybody's mic about
Get the
mine
fuck
so
out
I
of here,
can
Max.
finish this ad read.
Get out of here, Max.
That's what Saul was looking like the next
Guys,
day.
if you love,
That's exactly what I was looking like.
do you love free food? Because Chicken and Pickle has got you
These
covered when you join
losers.
the reward program as well. You can treat yourself. Visit the App Store and search Chicken and Pickle or text CMP to 43618 to sign up. Head to chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun you can have at their Glendale location, and head out there when Saul's out there so you can see him hobble like an old man.
We take our pickleball way too seriously around here.
First of all, me on one leg is better than just about every single other fucking person in this company.
Hold on,
Point
man.
blank.
Hold on,
maybe
man.
on a
I
pickleball
take that
court.
personal, man.
Flex.
Shit, man.
What are you talking about, Flex? You
What?
just learned how to play the other day.
Know how to play what?
And then after pickleball.
I didn't go.
Oh, why? Oh, my back.
No.
Welcome to Old Man Hour. You know what I got for both of you old ass guys that get hurt far too often?
$200.
Some OGs. That'll help you feel a little bit better.
all right.
Our friends at OGs have launched some new products. They're
We should be fucking sponsored by AARP right now. Shit.
no free ads for old people shit, all right? Our friends over at OGs have their vegan gummies, the OGs Naturals. So if you're a vegan, like some of the former Suns point guards are, you can get high with our friends at OGs and not violate your veganism, all right? So you can do that. But if you don't care and you just want a lot of THC, they've got the big OGs as well. It's a 100 milligram gummy that's sliced into 10
It's actually
slices.
not that big. It's like
They
that,
call it the big OGs.
It's like
What do you
that,
want?
It's that big.
I know how big it is. They just call it the big OGs.
I'm just saying.
All right, like I'm not saying you're getting a pizza box with OGs in it. Like,
Yo, we are
100
bugging.
milligrams of THC.
Hello, cut it out.
10 slices.
I was just making the fact.
It's
I was like,
great.
it's actually not that
To
big.
learn more about OGs, you can ask Saul because apparently he knows everything
kinda
about
girthy.
it. Or you can learn more about where you can find him at ogsbrands.com. Must be 21 or over to enjoy.
It's not big.
And
It's
please,
wide.
bro. Sometimes that does the job better. Anyways.
Oh my God. Lindsay, come
Lindsay's
back.
not here.
Lindsay, please come back.
Wow, this is all over the place.
This is day one.
This
is day one.
Enough of this. Let's redraft the 2020 or
What's our
2013
identity right now?
draft.
We're like the Suns right now. We got no fucking identity right now.
We know what our identity is. Chaos and inappropriate jokes on a
You
Friday.
want to talk about identity? Let's redraft this 2013
Oh, shit.
shithole.
Scrappy as hell.
We're gonna do the top 10. We're gonna do the top 10 picks here. We're gonna redraft them. We're gonna do this as groupthink. And let me tell you, I think there's about 10 guys in this entire draft
about it.
that actually should have been drafted.
Oh, man.
So
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
we're gonna take a look at the top 10. And the first pick, if you remember, was the Cleveland Cavaliers. They took Anthony Bennett, but you know what? I think we know who the number one pick is going to be here, right?
I'm
we're
conflicted.
doing
You're-
this with complete
hold on.
hindsight.
You're conflicted about who would be the number one pick of this 2013
Yeah, I'm
draft.
conflicted. I don't think
You
that.
fall on your
So-
goddamn
I
head.
don't
Okay,
think
what-
that Giannis kid's that good.
God,
I'm joking,
dude.
guys. I'm joking.
Oh my God.
I'm joking. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's Giannis.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Giannis is number one.
Giannis is number
Congrats,
one.
I really
I was
thought-
acting like the Cavs GM then.
I really thought for a second you were going to make a case for Alex Len just because he was a Son. I was like, bro,
I mean,
are we being serious?
The
right
Cavs tried pretty hard to make a case for him before they went with Anthony Bennett. So you look at number 2, Orlando Magic. They did take Victor Oladipo with this pick. So I actually think
Yeah.
they made a fairly solid pick. Because you got to remember, Giannis at the time, nobody really knew what to expect from him. He was, rail thin. And Oladipo, if you take out the injury stuff, has had a really
He's
good
an
year.
all-star.
He was better than CJ McCollum at the beginning of their careers, I would
Yes.
say.
But do you still take him at number 2?
Well, yeah. If we're
I-
taking Giannis number one, then we're
Which
we're
mingling it out. Yeah.
using hindsight.
Yes,
like,
we are.
I'm going CJ.
Like Oladipo's not going 2.
I'm just saying,
going CJ
in
here.
using that hindsight and looking at that draft still, you go, okay, I at least understand what Orlando was doing there,
Cleveland,
as opposed to Anthony Bennett.
In hindsight, that was the most accurate pick.
Yeah, of what happened actually happened. Yeah. But are you going McCollum number 2 here?
I'm either going Gobert or McCollum.
That's where I'm at.
Those were the two I was between. But you go, okay, Orlando had taken a guard, so in all likelihood, they probably would have still been looking at that. So CJ McCollum's probably the pick here, I think is safe to say.
Yeah.
I think 3 is where this gets a little more difficult. The Wizards took Otto Porter Jr. I think we all agree that was not the right selection here. No. But I think this is more difficult when you look
Rudy
at this.
Gobert.
I mean,
I say Rudy.
It's still
It's not difficult. I think it's definitely Rudy.
Okay, so after Rudy, it gets a little bit more.
I mean, you're talking about a guy
fair.
that might be the best defensive player. You got to argue the best defensive player ever.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So,
and I guess
I honestly would have taken him at 2, but Rudy.
Yeah.
I would put Rudy there.
What's he got? 4? Is it 4 now? 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that guy's definitely.
I mean, Cody Zeller went 4 to the Bobcats. I think we keep him there, right?
Or Cody. This is where I would either take Oladipo or KCP.
I'm going Oladipo.
I think you have to go Oladipo,
Yeah, I think
right?
Oladipo.
I'm going Oladipo here.
I mean, we don't have to do anything.
We don't have to.
redraft.
Yeah.
I just mean when you're looking at value.
But I
feel
like where this is going because now the Suns get the guy that they can use right now.
I think Oladipo's peak was obviously higher. Like he was a legit franchise guy for a couple of years there.
Yeah, an all-star, yeah.
So I'll go Oladipo.
Yeah,
All right.
and then it would be
Now we get KCP.
Let's go get KCP, baby.
Exact type of wing we need.
I don't think they would have gone that though. They were hell bent on a center at that point, and even
I thought we were just drafting.
we're drafting.
but I'm
not
looking,
drafting based on need.
No,
but I'm looking at it though. I'm looking a little need and a little.
What if they needed a guard and Giannis was still on the board?
Yeah.
You think they would have just been like,
Well,
nah?
okay, if you're at 1 though, it's different when you're just taking that
But this
guy. When you get
isn't-
to 5,
You're being too.
I'm
rational
thinking
about
like
this.
an actual GM. Okay,
Yeah,
No,
you're
I
being
think
too
the
rational about
exercise-
I mean, that gives you a
is-
leg up on
Who are
the
the top
GMs
10
that
the
players?
top 10 players.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the exercise is the top 10 players regardless of teams. I don't think needs.
you think KCP better than Steven Adams?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My only thought was they went center. They would have been probably looking at that. And in hindsight, Steven Adams was probably, after Gobert's off the board, the next best center. But I understand KCP being there. The Pelicans.
Now it gets tough. Now it gets tough.
Who they took at number 6.
It went to the Sixers, right?
They flipped it, yes. But initially it was.
So it's going to the Sixers, this pick. This is where I had Steven Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there an argument for Schroeder
that's what
here?
I was thinking. I think it's one of those two guys. But I'll probably go Steven Adams.
Yeah, I think I
Probably go Steven
I think I have
Adams.
Schroeder next.
That's
Would you go Schroeder or Adams? Yeah.
Schroeder.
You go Schroeder.
I'm
over,
sorry, Adams.
first?
Adams.
Yeah.
Schroeder would be 7.
Yeah.
See, we're already fixing the process.
It's 3-1. So
yeah, Steven Adams.
Steven
here.
Adams would have
Fixing
gone
the
there.
process.
We're fixing the process retroactively. Now they got a guy that can actually stay healthy for a few seasons.
But think about that though. You have Steven Adams. If he stays healthy, what is the joke? That's the thing with these. How much changes? It's the butterfly effect in the NBA, right?
For some of it.
Because Milwaukee never wins a title if they're not getting Giannis, right? In this draft, it changes their entire franchise. It's not changing.
No, it changes.
It ain't changing the Suns
Yeah.
dramatically.
He would have been gone in
that
3
point.
He'd have been
years
gone.
somewhere
Yeah,
else
he'd
because we
have
wouldn't have realized how good he could be.
But
Correct.
Steven Adams, does that change the Joel Embiid
No,
thing?
Joel's
Down
still
the road,
on Joel.
like
It's just like Joker and Nurkic.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. So then we go to who was next? It was Kings. Kings took Ben McLemore, so we're gonna go Dennis Schroeder here.
Dennis Schroeder,
I like that.
At that spot. And then we had KCP went to the Pistons at 8.
That was a good pick.
Yeah, I mean they got value.
That was a very good pick.
I mean, you're looking at this list. I think Kelly Olynyk might be
Kelly O was my next guy as well.
the best guy left.
Or Tim Hardaway Jr.?
That's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning Tim Hardaway Jr.
I would lean to Tim Hardaway Jr.
Me too.
All right,
That's where I was going.
This is
So
the
do
one
we go
gotta-
to the chat
we
for the tiebreaker?
I think we can let the
Yeah, we
chat
can do that.
take that. It's tough because already you're 7 picks in, you're splitting hairs at this point because there's not that much fantastic talent on the board at this point. We always talk about drafts being crapshoots, and I think this is the kind of draft that is the epitome of that, right?
Yeah.
Because people thought, oh, Anthony Bennett will be really good. Alex Len will be really good. All these guys, and none of them turned out to be really anything in that top 5 outside of Victor Oladipo.
You know what's funny? I'm still doing my deep dive, but I've compared this current upcoming draft to this draft multiple times.
Oh, way to excite me for 22 then.
No.
Mason Plumlee went 22 to the Nets in that draft.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at this draft, the best players in this draft were later picks when we redo this. I don't think this draft, the best player in this draft is going to be in the top 10.
I just think the draft is wildly unpredictable. I think when you're talking about players getting to the NBA and money and the different responsibilities and understanding how to be a pro, some people adjust well, some people don't. Some people have that natural talent, some don't. Some can play in an open system, some can't. Like, it's all over the place. So you never really know how these things are going to shake out. I think there's been other drafts where we were like, yeah, this talent is not great. And then it ended up being one of the better drafts.
But isn't that the whole point of having a scouting staff, is because they're supposed to get down to the nitty gritty, understand a guy's mentality, understand his game, talk to the people around him, so you have a better insight. Is the whole system flawed when it comes to a draft like this, or is it just simply because you can't project?
No, because there's rules. Like, it's not like every single time I go, if I'm a scout and I go to like U of A or I go to UCLA or I go to Kansas or whatever to scout a player, it doesn't mean I get to talk to that player. It doesn't mean I get to do anything with that player specifically. It's everybody around them, maybe their parents or maybe the friends or the coaches, but I can't talk to the player myself.
No, but shouldn't that give you good insight to go along with your eye test, where you look at an Anthony Bennett or somebody that becomes a giant? I mean, this draft is littered with people that didn't come close to living up to their potential, and not just because of injury.
Here's the thing, though. Like, sometimes you can talk yourself out of shit by getting too much info. For instance, like, I'm just going to be honest. Talking to high school and college kids when I was in the game and in coaching and stuff, 2 things. First of all, the eye test, the basketball skill took priority. That's priority number 1. One of my fascinations was having the ability to talk to a kid. What's his intellect like? How does he respond to things? How does he control a conversation? I'm big on that. Some people don't give 2 damns about that. Go talk to Kawhi Leonard. Like, Kawhi Leonard couldn't hold a conversation, and there were people that got. That's what I'm saying. And there were people that got turned off. They were like, "Well, nah, this guy's not going to be good because he doesn't look like intellectually he can." And I mean, so sometimes you get too much info and you talk yourself out of it. So it really is a crapshoot, man. The kid could sound like he's going to Yale and be fucking. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. You could talk a good game if you can't play. It doesn't matter. So it is a crapshoot.
Jaylen Brown was too smart.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said.
How can you be too smart? Like,
that's what they said.
Yeah, like, because CJ McCollum was another guy that all you heard was super intelligent, and there was questions about that in the pre-draft.
There's a difference between too smart and overthinker. Yeah, if you're an overthinker on the court, then you'll pause too much, you'll hesitate too much, you overanalyze too much, and then it obviously defeats you. But if you're just too smart, that's stupid.
Yeah, and I think they try to get, like, I hate this. Oh, he's too smart. He can't love the game that much. Like, he's just too smart. To me, that's crazy.
Brandon Knight was that guy.
No, he was.
Brandon Knight was smart, and I think he just, as a smart person, knew, I have this talent, and I can make a lot of money, but I don't love the game.
That's true.
So, I mean, I think it's difficult. So Kelly Olynyk was
50-50, so I'm breaking.
All right. Eric says it was 50-50.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's going Kelly Olynyk. So we go to the Jazz here at number 9. They had traded with the Wolves and had gotten Trey Burke here. Obviously, that won't be the pick that we're going with.
Yep.
THJ to the Jazz.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. there.
Yeah, no doubt.
10 should be, let's end this, because this has already gone on way too long.
Reggie Bullock.
This is bad.
I got Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, that's where I'm going, Reggie. Yeah.
I got Alex Len.
Not over Reggie.
Either way, not good value.
I'll tell you what. I like Reggie there, but I'm not totally against Otto Porter. Like, I think Otto Porter and Reggie Bullock have had comparable careers. And I think at one point, Otto Porter showed some promise.
Porter was the better player at his peak, but he's
longevity-wise, yeah, that's true.
Last question on this, and then we'll move on to what I think will be the best segment of today's show. Not saying the rest of it sucked, but when you look back on it, did the Suns miss in this draft, or was this just a case of it was such a bad draft that everybody kind of missed when it came to this?
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Both?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's fair. I think
I'm not blaming them.
Assessment. We'll do more of these because, as we've established, there's been a lot of drafts that the Suns have screwed up. So we'll go back and look at some more interesting ones. Let's take a look at some of our super chats. Heat Check says, I've heard enough. LeBron's a son.
There you go.
Hey, if he was watching that game yesterday, it helps the Suns' argument. Because he's probably sitting here like, shit, this is what I'm going to have to do to beat Boston. I might have to go out there and team up with three dogs.
Okay, this name. Flex's evil twin, T-Rex, with the super chat.
Look at that guy.
Bad afternoon, everybody. Just want to say to hell with Zone D. Chemezi Metu has a bad jump shot, and I always win bets. Quack, quack, motherfucker. That might be the best super chat we have ever gotten.
That is fucking fantastic.
St. Shitbag stops by and said the 2013 draft was hot dog water.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's being rude to hot dog water.
Oh, man.
I think it was hot dog water, not hot dog water.
I mean, commas make a difference.
Hot dog water is pretty gross.
Hot dog water.
Hot dog water is you would survive. Hot dog water.
Yeah. I think both might make you do it, but you know where great hot dogs are? Where?
Not illegal pizza.
Circle K. What? Circle K is where you can get
financial credit union.
Manscaped.
Oh, you took it too far.
You guys have a panache for taking this off the rails. So, Circle K, become a member of the Inner Circle today. They have amazing deals for you. I love it. It's the only place I get gas anymore because I'm saving 5 cents per gallon. And when you drive as much as I do, you need to save money when it comes to the gas pump. You can sign up today, and you're going to get your first 5 fill-ups. You're going to save 25 cents. And you're going to save 3 cents on every other one. And when you reach that ESPO level, you get that 5 cents off. But that's not all they got going on for you this summer. Anybody that goes in any size, Polar Pop or Froster, you're getting for 79 cents. But if you were an Inner Circle member, you're getting that special price of 69 cents.
Nice.
Thank you, gentlemen, for picking up the slack there. It's a free membership to take that you can sign up for. So join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. You know where you can't get a good hot dog, but you get $200 for free?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Desert Financial Credit Union.
I was going to say Tootsies, but
I'm going to Circle K to get a fucking hot dog.
Well, if you go to Desert Financial Credit Union first, you can get $200 to buy a lot of hot dogs.
I'm with it.
You can do that. They've been here for 84 years in the Valley. I think that's probably all 4 of us combined equal 84 years.
Remember that Titanic meme where it's like, it's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
Desert Financial Credit Union.
I guess you and I.
Yeah, I knew it.
Like way over the top.
I guess that's
like 88 combined.
No. I meant in Arizona.
Oh, time lived in Arizona?
Yeah. You two are 45 years combined in Arizona.
That's what he meant.
Oh, no, you didn't live here all your time. So I think we get close to 84 years. But Desert Financial Credit Union has been in Arizona for 84 years, and they take care of all your financial needs. Whether you're looking for investments, you're trying to make your dreams come true, or you're just looking for a simple checking or savings account, they got it for you. And our friends at Desert Financial Credit Union have a deal for you right now. Open a free checking account online. Get $200 in bonuses. Get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200.
Oh, let's go, baby.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. It is a Friday, so we are going to do a snake draft here. And today, the premise is simple. We are drafting a NBA Finals starting 5. You can draft anybody who has ever appeared in the NBA Finals in the history of the league.
Okay.
And you're building a 5-man starting lineup.
Okay.
So not just gathering the best 5 players. You're trying to build a full starting lineup, and the premise is all 4 of our teams would face off. So who would be the best? The order today, based on a randomizer that I assume Eric actually did and didn't just go with his favorite people. Gerald, you're first. Flex, you're second. Saul, you're third. And I get the
It just
the
happened to go in the
boomerang
order
spot.
of the way we're sitting.
I think he picked the people he likes
Didn't
the
we
most.
say the way we thought we should do it?
Look, I think he picked the people he
Yo, do
liked
you
the
wanna
most
trade the number
because
one pick? I give
he
you,
and I are
10
beefing
bucks.
right now.
You take 2 and I sell you $10.
He's actually. I don't need to see the random. Why does everybody
I
think?
am a man of integrity.
Why does everybody
Okay,
think they can
all
just
right.
walk on the set today? Lindsay leaves, and you think there are no rules
chaos.
to this program, and that is bullshit. I'm putting my foot down.
Is it unexpected though?
No, it's not. Gerald,
Hey,
you have the number 1 pick.
Eric.
Let us know. You
Gerald
were
just
officially on
traded me the
clock.
number 1 pick. I'm sending him $10. No, okay, go ahead.
All right, go ahead,
Second
Gerald.
tax apron team. Yeah, it's MJ. Going
Okay.
MJ, number 1 pick.
That hurts my soul.
6-0 in the finals. The GOAT.
Yep.
Greatest scoring average ever.
Yep.
Multiple defensive player of the year and all defending. Like, yeah,
Okay.
it's MJ.
Yeah, that hurts my heart.
I'm sorry.
I'm going Kobe. Give me Kobe Bean Bryant.
Whoa.
Yeah, give me Kobe Bean Bryant.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Didn't
if
see
you're gonna
that
go,
coming.
if you going MJ, I'm going Kobe
The
Bean.
number 2 pick?
No problems. I love Kobe.
Oh,
I think you could have got that.
Wow.
No,
You
I
just
got-
gifted Saul a
No, that's fine. I got some
Oh,
shit up my
I'm sitting
sleeve.
good now.
There's some depth. There's so much depth in this draft.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
good.
there's a lot of depth, but I'm taking Shaq.
That's fine.
I'm taking Shaq.
Guys, what are we doing?
Yeah.
No,
I'm
no,
taking
no.
Shaq.
I got a
Am
method
I
to this
just about
madness.
to?
You really are.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
I'm taking
dog.
Bill Russell at my center.
Eric, am I dreaming? Did we?
Dude.
What's happening?
And I'm taking
Okay.
LeBron James as my second pick.
I thought you said Bill Russell.
I get 2 in a row.
Oh,
yeah,
you're taking
yeah.
Bill
That's
Russell.
how
and
a
LeBron.
snake
Oh,
draft
my bad,
works,
my bad.
sir.
Okay, you got it.
Man, we're gonna get slayed so much for this now.
Why?
No, go ahead. I got some.
LeBron's the 5th pick in a draft of finals players? Come on, guys. 5th? LeBron,
Yeah.
the 2nd greatest or greatest player of all time. LeBron.
Bro, we're talking about championship.
But we're debating a whole
you-
team.
like,
Is
right,
that not one of the
Shaq is-
major debates?
Shaq is like literally like maybe the most unguardable guy of all time. Why would I not take Shaq?
Hey man,
you have
listen.
to double and triple
Hey
team
man,
that
listen.
line.
Hey man, listen. Michael Jordan got 6 rings. Kobe got 5. So I'm just
We're
saying.
not even just doing rings.
No,
we're doing
not.
No,
If we
but
were
I'm
doing
saying
rings,
I-
then Bill Russell would have been
No,
number one
I'm
overall.
not saying that. I'm just saying I think Kobe. Real talk. I could argue Kobe's the second best player I've ever seen behind Mike.
You'd lose though.
Why?
You'd lose that argument.
Why?
Kobe never approached what LeBron has done as a player.
We didn't.
But you're hating on my LeBron pick.
Yeah, because you took Bill Russell first.
I knew I was getting both of them, and Bill is 11.
Yeah, but we're
finals
trying,
wins.
to put together
Again.
a starting 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. So
Okay,
the
have fun
whole
with your
5.
6'10" center from the 60s and 70s.
So my thing is we're gonna put together a starting 5, and my foundational piece is Cole. But I believe in my next 4 guys are gonna make my team better than anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You're positive.
I'm
about-
positive.
Who would have guessed?
I'm positive, dog.
Good, so-
I'm going to take. Man, this is a tough one. I'm going to take Larry Bird.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Larry Bird.
I'm surprised you left a guy on the
Alright.
board there, but okay.
Yeah, this is an easy pick for me. I got the best pack order. I'm taking Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant backcourt.
Okay. Gonna get a lot of votes from the Lakers fans.
Yeah, I love it. I know where I'm at.
All right. I am gonna take Tim Duncan,
Oh, that's nice.
and I'm gonna take Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one here, right? I'm going Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's a good pick. I like him.
Give me Hakeem Olajuwon at center.
Solid.
Okay.
I'm going to take Steph Curry.
That's a good pick.
Oh my God, that's
That
a
was where
nice
I was
one.
going to go. That was where I was
Sorry.
going to go. That's fine.
I mean, I got outside, I got inside, I got a playmaker, Larry Bird. Like I'm feeling pretty good about my squad.
Yeah, Bird was a guy. Look, you know what? How do I want to do this? Oh, I want him, but I don't think I can justify that line.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I don't think I can justify that lineup if I go that route.
It's a lot tougher than it looks.
It is, because you're looking at so much all-time great talent.
I'm locked in
there too.
Come around my way.
I'm gonna go Charles Barkley as one of my picks here.
Okay.
Shit, man, because you gotta debate, like, okay, there's some all-time greats that have a lot of rings, but does it necessarily make sense in your lineup too? Like, not going him. Like, there's just so much talent. Shit.
If y'all let me get my next two guys, this shit is over.
God damn. I need a point guard. I'm gonna go John Stockton.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck sticking Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. This is also tough. Who do I have? No, I have two more. I know that. I only picked 3 guys.
You went Shaq, Larry Bird, Steph Curry.
I got Steph Curry. Yeah.
Can I interest you in
I heard Luke Longley too.
Let's see. And you took Kevin Durant.
Yes, I did.
All right. You know what? Give me Elgin Baylor.
Oh, that's nice.
There's so much great talent still on the board here.
I'm on the board here.
Espo, who did you took? John Stockton and who else?
Charles Barkley.
Oh, that's right.
All right,
You want Darko Milicic.
Put
right?
my squad on the board. I got Kobe at. I got Magic Johnson at the 1. I got Kobe at the 2. I got Olajuwon at the 3. I mean at the 4. I'm sorry, at the 5. Okay, my bad. I'm just looking the way he put it there. Fuck me up there. So backcourt, Kobe, Magic, centers Olajuwon. Now I'm gonna clamp the hell out of y'all. I'm going. Give me my boy Scottie Pippen.
Okay, that's a good.
Give me
pick.
Scottie as my small forward.
There's a guy on this list that I am shocked has not gone yet.
Okay, so back to me for 2 straight picks
to end it out.
All right. Boy, there are a lot of good names on this list, but I've already got a center spot, so I'm not going to take him. I'm going to take. Give me Giannis and give me Luka.
Oh, you're taking based on future potential with Luka there after one game.
It's not based on his one finals game. It's based on the whole career.
I know.
And I need a point guard.
So you got Jordan, Tim Duncan.
I got
KD,
Jordan, Tim Duncan, KD,
Luka.
Giannis, and Luka.
Yeah, the new crowd's gonna love your team. The new crowd's gonna love your team. But I got somebody to match up against Giannis.
You do?
I do.
Who? God?
I do. That's my go?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, easy, man. Listen, Kobe Bryant matches up with Jordan. Magic Johnson fucks all y'all point guards up. Olajuwon's the best center to ever do it, skill-wise. Pippen's the best small forward. We seen that. I'm going with a fucking dog. I'm all dog team. Give me Kevin Garnett.
You never
like that.
Oh yeah, it's in Boston. I was thinking.
Give me Kevin
Minnesota.
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
I like Garnett.
Good luck playing my dogs.
All right, you're up, Sal, for your final pick.
Oh, let's see what I got here. Oh, you're good.
He's got Shaq, Larry Bird, Steph Curry, Elgin Baylor.
So I can go a variety of different ways.
Ronnie Turner.
You know what? We're going to go a little unique. We are going to go a little unique. I'm going to take Jokic.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I think that's a good pick.
You're playing two bigs?
Yeah, because Jokic can do it all too.
Oh, man, I'm running y'all off the court. But no, that's unique. That's a unique fucking Shaq and Joe. Wow, that's tough. You banking on a big boy.
Outside and inside.
Yeah.
You got Jokic playing point and Steph at the 2?
He could do that.
I think that
he actually could do that.
He could do that because then he matches up with Magic.
Yeah, I think that'd be.
Worry about that.
I think fun little run there.
That's interesting.
All right, so I'm the final pick, and there still is a decent.
There's one name out there that I was close to taking, but I decided to alter. But like, oh my god, I can't believe this person's gonna be left off.
See, I'm in a tough spot though because I gotta go another backcourt person. I mean, unless I count LeBron as more of a backcourt.
No, you better go backcourt, dude. Or you get.
I feel like I need to. I feel like I should go a Lindsey Smith.
Talking him into it.
I feel like I should go a Lindsey Smith kind of pick, so I kind of get the hometown love here.
Take John Paxson and get it over with.
Take Devin Booker.
What do you think?
Oh, you might. Yeah, if you do that, you might get some home cooking.
What do you think?
He's pandering because he knows his team is rough.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off! All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So Brent Berry. No, just kidding. God.
You could use a wing, it looks like.
I could. I'm gonna go.
You need it too.
Mm-hmm.
You need it too. You need a shoe
Clyde
guard.
Drexler.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
You should have just went book, brother.
Dude, I can't believe
you should have just went book, dog. You'd have got the home cooking.
Two names that I'm shocked that we didn't.
Can I guess one?
Go ahead.
Karl Malone.
That's one.
Okay.
Oh, really? I thought I was thinking Kareem.
That's another one.
Kareem.
But Wilt.
Oh shit!
Like you want to talk about somebody that can match up with probably the only guy that can match up with Shaq physically. Would be Wilt.
Yeah, but you go back and look at his record in finals too, and I'm like, if I want to win, do I really want Wilt?
Yeah, but he was going up against those Celtics teams that just had everybody.
But do you really think Wilt could have matched up with Shaq with that size? Wilt was not. No. Wilt was not a a hugely bulky guy.
Wilt, if you go do your research and realize that Wilt was one of the strongest human beings in the world.
I get it.
Not even the NBA, the world. Like the guy was a freak athletically. I definitely think he could have matched up with Shaq. I'm not saying that he's stronger than Shaq and that Shaq wouldn't have got the best of him, but I definitely think that he would not have been a slouch against him.
I also think if you bring Wilt into this generation with the science and the training and shit, it's a whole different Wilt.
I think that's the toughest part, though.
Wilt would have been a monster if he was this era with the science and the training, and Wilt would have been crazy.
I think that's the toughest thing, though, too, is, okay, are you playing in today's modern game? Are you trying to project this in pace and space? Like what? All those things, because those change the way you draft too. Because if you're talking just 3-point shooting and at the rim, we probably change the entire thing.
That's why I went with like a couple guys that had specific skill sets, like Shaq down low, Steph Curry outside, and then you had some all around players in Larry Bird, Elgin Baylor, and Jokic. So I feel like I have a pretty good dynamic squad.
I loved the Larry pick. I think you got great value.
I thought I was going to get LeBron on the back.
So like that,
you almost did.
I know you did.
That would have been wild. All right. So should we look at our 5 teams here?
Yeah, I think I did draft the worst team. To be honest here. So
you did. The John Stockton pick was rough because you could have honestly. Chris Paul is a better point guard than John Stockton.
Hey man, we're talking about
he went to the finals with us, but he never. I don't know. I guess Stockton didn't win either. He's the greatest assist point guard.
Well, yeah, because he played for 20 years with Karl Malone.
I mean, do y'all realize I'm just fucking like I'm dripping rings. Like my guys fucking win. My guy Magic got 5 rings. Kobe got 5 rings. Pippen got 6 rings. Olajuwon got 2 more.
That ain't gonna save you against my 5-man lineup.
KG got 1.
KG got 1.
That's your 1.
Got 2. That's 3 combined.
Yeah, and Pippen got 6, and Magic got 5, and Kobe got 5.
If you look at my roster, Baylor's the only.
Show me your roster.
Elgin Baylor's the only one that does not have a ring. Nikola Jokic, TBD, he's got 1 so far.
Yeah, Elgin Baylor
Curry's got 4. Larry Bird's got 4, and Shaq has got 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4. So you got 12. I got 12 within 3 dudes.
Does Shaq only have 4? Did he?
4.
No,
he got 4.
Because Kobe got 5 to pass him.
I thought this was a 5-on-5 thing, though.
No, it is a
not
5-on-5. It's not a ring count.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying.
I drafted a guy with 11 rings. So
I'm just saying. I mean,
I'm saying.
I'm just saying. My guys got to the finals. Were dominant in the finals. They all played defense. Yeah, I got me a squad, man. I got me a squad. Like y'all, I'm telling y'all right now. Match up head to head. Who's your point guard?
Gerald, do you want to show your roster?
Yes.
We'll save mine for last.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I got Luka running point. I got the greatest player of all time, MJ, next to him. I've got wing size with KD and Giannis, and I got Duncan manning the middle. You are not scoring on my team.
Yeah,
Nobody's scoring on my fucking team.
I don't know about that, bro. I'm going right at Luka.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We got a
Luka.
defensive player of the year in Michael Jordan, all defensive team multiple times. We got one of the greatest defenders alive in Tim Duncan. We got KD, who is an all defensive level talent.
Okay,
and we got Giannis, who's a defensive player of the year, all defensive multiple teams. We got a lot of length.
So listen,
a lot of defensive
you're
wings.
right.
Like,
I'm putting Kobe on Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm comfortable doing that. Mike's a better player, but I'm comfortable with Cole matching up with Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with KG going on Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I'd Magic Johnson against Luka. Let's go.
Yeah, give me Tim on Shaq any day. I'll take that. I'll be fine. I'm not worried about that shit.
Shaq ain't got your team ain't stopping anybody though.
What do you mean?
Who on your team is guarding anybody? You got Shaq and Nikola Jokic sharing the floor.
So,
hey, let's put the poll, man. Who's rocking this?
This
guy said flex versus Gerald in the finals. I like that.
We're good.
Can we look at the team that's definitely going to finish 4th in this? Bill Russell, LeBron, Charles Barkley, John Stockton. I screwed.
You should have went Booker.
Stockton and Drexler killed you.
I screwed up in the last 2.
You should have went Steve Nash and Booker. You'd have won.
I couldn't
Nash
have
never played in the finals.
Oh shit! Good point. Good point.
I should have went Booker in that 5. I didn't want to pander that much.
But in your insistence to not pander, you flubbed.
You should.
That's true.
You could have taken Kawhi or D Wade in that last spot.
Yeah. And nobody took Dirk, which I think Dirk is
That's
such
the
a
guy that
unique
I was contemplating.
talent
Dirk.
that I
just
almost
wanted
took him
defense.
instead of Drexler, but I'm like, the lineup makes no sense at that point. I mean, not that it makes a lot of sense.
And Bill Russell, I love Bill Russell. Don't get me wrong. I love Bill Russell. But offensively, in this league today, and with the guys that he would go up against, man, come on.
Bill Russell's Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, he's a 6'10" center.
No. Bill Russell was a defensive bro. I'm
Bill
saying
Russell,
that with respect.
Bill Russell was also one of the most intelligent defensive players of all time. Rudy Gobert would just swat the ball.
Rudy Gobert is a 4-time defense player of the year, man.
Oh my God. Espo drafted like he was James Jones and Ryan McKenna combined.
Yeah, that is some slander. That's rough, man.
Ouch.
Hops said Nash 2 MVPs too. Dang, but Nash didn't play in the finals. That was part of the rules.
He didn't make it to the final. How about Isaiah Thomas? I was thinking about Isaiah Thomas, Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. I mean,
point guard. I was thinking,
certainly.
But I try to stay away. Dr. J.
Nobody took Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J.
Dr. J, Big O, and Moses Malone, all big time snubs according to Brady. I think that's fair.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there. We'll see what happens.
So, Flex's evil twin says point guard, Chris Paul, shooting guard, MJ, small forward, KD, power forward, LeBron, and center, Hakeem.
Wait, you
picked, nice that he got all those picks.
Yeah.
Not only that, but also with the best available, those are the 5 that you picked. That's...
No, I'm not going there. Evil Twin.
I feel like Evil Twin would have said Devin Booker, Devin Booker, Devin Booker, Devin Booker. And
Yo, does Evil Twin have a hat on in that picture?
No. Evil Twin would have said KD.
Oh, that's
What's the blue? What's the blue thing on his hair? That's his hair. Okay.
I love that. So congratulations.
Should we pick a coach?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Coach.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So where did it end?
It should be reversed.
I'm taking Pat Riley.
Okay. I'm taking Phil Jackson. What are we doing?
I'm taking Greg Popovich.
I don't want any
He took my pick.
I don't want any Zen bullshit. I want a guy that's going to yell at them and get them going.
He's won the most titles out of all of them.
That's all right.
Popovich.
He also had Michael Jordan. So,
you don't get credit for that because he got Michael Jordan. So you don't have Kobe either. So Phil Jackson is coaching a bunch of fucking goofies.
I got Shaq.
Here's some.
You do have Shaq.
Here's some books.
But we know that triangle offense ran off of Michael Jordan and Kobe.
All right,
off of Phil Jackson's success.
I'm taking Eric
He's still my
Spoelstra.
fucking coach.
He is your
You're
coach.
taking
He's
Eric
fantastic.
Spoelstra.
I love
yeah,
that
I
fucking
am.
pick. Good. G-Money?
That's a great pick.
That's a fucking
We
great
really
pick.
aren't taking Red Auerbach?
No, man, he's
nobody?
smoking cigars,
What
getting
offense
lost
am I
on the
running with this
sideline
team
and
with
shit?
his
No.
offense from the 60s
Oh
and
my
70s?
God.
No, Red
I'm taking
Auerbach,
a
beat the
modern
hell out of
NBA
people.
offense.
He gonna get my team 6 smoking cigars on the
He won
sideline
7
and
titles in
shit.
a row and then
That's
gave
not
it
what
up.
the exercise
No,
is. I'm
you're
trying
right.
to get my 5 to beat your 5, and I bet Eric Spoelstra could diagram it while you're running the triangle with Phil Jackson. and
I'm
all this shit.
surprised.
I will say,
Not
if
Steve
I didn't
Kerr?
get Pop, I would have took
No,
Spoelstra.
not Steve Kerr.
No,
Spoelstra's a
no,
better
no.
coach than Steve
Spoelstra.
Kerr.
Spoelstra, for my money, is the best coach in the NBA right
Kerr?
now.
Yeah, you know who?
And one of the, I think Spoelstra's a
Hold on.
top 5-10 coach ever.
You know who taught Spoelstra? My coach, Pat Riley. So
That's fair. My
Pat's gonna
man,
come drop that bag of rings over.
my
on the
man
table.
Pop is going to get Kobe and KG and
Brian said-
Olajuwon.
Brian
on
said,
Pop was a good
Espo's team is scrappy as hell, not going to lie.
His coach, it should be Frank Vogel. You should have went Frank Vogel, bro.
I got
you got the
heat.
Vogel ones and shit. You should have went Frank Vogel.
I got
bro.
heat culture, baby, and a roster that Pat would never have allowed.
Real quick. GM, just fuck it. Go all in. Go pick a GM.
Man.
Pick a GM. Somebody put this whole team together.
GM?
Yeah, GM.
GM.
Which I don't know enough
Oh,
GMs.
yeah, you know what? Motherfucking Bookman, because he's the one that put the team together. What are we doing here?
No, you're the scouting
I'll
department.
pick a GM. Red Auerbach. There you go.
There
He
you
was
go.
the GM.
He was the GM.
He was a GM. Where you going?
Oh,
Where you going with GM?
Are we being serious?
Yeah, go ahead. Take a GM.
Why?
Go ahead. Just take a GM, dog.
Just take
All right,
James
fine.
Jones.
I'll take Pat Riley.
That's fair.
Wait, you can't draft my coach as your GM.
Why not? He's your coach.
I'm
He's my
paying
GM.
him, all right?
2 different entities.
I'm going Jerry Krause. I'm going Krause. Everybody hates him, but he put together
Krause,
that
the guy that broke up
the
the
guy that
team.
got rid of the best coach.
Well, that ain't happened yet.
No, it
He's
did. It actually did.
It did. Where you going?
Also, he's not alive.
Neither is Red Auerbach.
That's true.
I'm going to take, what's his name?
Greg Popovich.
Or Brad Stevens not a GM. Huh?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is now.
Fuck yeah, he is.
I thought he was president of basketball ops. Is he
It's
GM?
the same thing.
Same thing. You
Then
can
I'm
take
taking
it.
Brad Stevens.
That's a great. Yeah, that's a great.
I got Brad Stevens and Eric Spoelstra
That's
running
a great-
front office.
Because
There
technically,
you go. That's how you win.
technically, James Jones is president of basketball operations too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
GM. So-
Nah,
Who did
either
the-
one works.
Who to the schizo? I can't even name 4 GM.
That's what I was saying. I was like, wow, I don't fucking know. Sam Presti.
Oh, Bob Myers.
Come on.
Oh,
where's
you
where's
could've
some
went
love for
Bob
Sam
Myers.
Hinkie? Your team would be really good in like 10 years, maybe.
I thought they had to have made the finals.
Oh, that's true. That's
wasn't
true.
That the exercise?
That is true.
All right. So that is our show for today. We will put a poll up so you can make fun of me in a massive way when you look at my lineup. So you can follow Jared Bourget at Jared Bourget. You can follow Flex at Flex from Jersey. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. You can follow the show at PHNX_Suns. You can follow me at Espo. And remember, if you're ever trying to put together a team to win a championship, don't hire me. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.